Here we go, here we go. My first Dark of the Moon review, and as you might know if you're paying attention to my channel, I only got these yesterday, but yeah, I'm firing up a review. I'm cutting through my Ravage Infiltration series because these are just more important. Here they are, Sentinel Prime and Crankcase Cyberverse figures. Picked these up at my Sainsbury's, so if you want to start hunting for your own, I'd say try there first. They've been pretty well stocked for toys at the moment, along with the Thor figures and all that. Anyway, start off with the Sentinel Prime because he's the first one I took out of the box. There's something about this figure, whoa, the camera's going mental, that I really like. Essentially, he is just a bigger Legends class figure. The engineering is pretty much the same as Legends class. The level of detail isn't, it's not top notch, and it feels a little bit flimsy. But if I bring in Breacher here, he is actually nearly as tall as him. Sadly though, while Scouts are bigger, wider, taller, they are less expensive than these guys. £9 he was. I don't know if that price is going to go down, but right now that seems too expensive for this. It's too small for a start. But things it has got going for it is articulation. It is pretty good on that front. Certainly better than a Legends figure you'll find. It's even got ankles in it, so you can have him all like action pose. Oh, Hasbro, you know how much I love ankle articulation, and that just sets this off. The face sculpt you won't be able to see because my camera's pretty awful. I'll take a pic, show you it. It's pretty intricate actually, but it's still Legends, so it still sort of looks slightly off. But nevertheless, his face does look good, covered in all these sort of silver details as well, and that sets it off. And he's got his cape. Oh yeah, something the Voyager one doesn't have. But you'll see he's got his weapons. Just snap him out his hands here. So he's got his big sort of double-bladed bionicle type sword with these spiky knuckle duster bits, so he can punch and cut people at the same time. And come on, oh, that's stiff. Got a shield as well with this sort of nice prime symbol on there. You'll see in a minute how actually, which is pretty nice, this is an integral part of the vehicle mode because it makes his fire hose. When it comes to the hands, how the figures actually grip things, I'm pretty sure this is just a 3mm clip like you'll find on other figures, higher size classes up. But yeah, there's Sentinel Prime in his robot mode. Right, transformation time. First things first, something new with the instructions. They're using photographs, or maybe CGI renders. They certainly look like prototype photographs on the instructions now. So, bye bye line art. There you go. Take off the weapons, if I haven't done that already. Continuity error. So I put them to the side for now. Gonna fold up his feet, which are pretty stiff. Twirl around the legs, clip them together. Then take the arms, sort of put them up, so they line up like that. The fire truck logo on there. Then rotate that round so it's like that. Something that did happen with mine the first time I did this. This shoulder came off at this joint. It seems to be okay now, don't know why, but it just fell off completely. It's one of these pressure joints. Anyway, go around the back. Don't have to do this, but I find it makes it easier for everything else later on if you put the cape all the way up like that. Move that down, put his head in the back, and now it's a matter of folding the arms together in that direction, but also downwards, which can be a bit tricky with the whole back flab getting in the way. So let's have a go. There we go. Tab the arm in there to the leg. Same on the other side. Put that front end together a bit more. Doesn't really like to stay together properly. Bring these halves round, but not all the way. Something's got to go in here yet. And jiggle it back to where it's meant to go. This is where the shield comes in. Gonna lift up this bottom half, fold it over, and bring round the fire hose part. Slot it in the back end here, and then bring the cape halves over it, and it slots in there. One of the notches on the side here fits into a hole on the side, like that. And last thing to do, put the sword on the bottom. On this end there's a hole in there which fits onto this silver piece of his chest, and then one of these holes tabs into a piece on his leg. So there you go. Pretty much like the leader, really. Fire engine. And yes, I say fire engine because I live in Britain and that's what they're called here. It's not a truck, somehow. 316, also got symbol. Nice big red square thing with a hose on the top, which swivels around a little bit, and is actually pretty intricately done. I keep thinking I'm going to break this. Not a lot of robot bits going through apart from feet bits here. The sword pokes out at certain angles. Overall it's nice. I like the colours. Sort of biggish, I suppose, and apart from the fact the front's covered in panel lines and doesn't look like a window at all, it still looks a pretty believable vehicle mode. Something that is an advantage with the way the weapons work with the hands being a clip system, it means like this in vehicle mode, there's a clip here, I've got Breach's gun. Oh yes, pimp my fire truck engine. There you go. Coming to your rescue. Here's Crankcase in his robot mode. The Predator look-alike for the new film. I don't know. His design doesn't do it for me in the deluxe class. When I looked at the figure and I thought, dreadlocks? No, Transformers shouldn't have hair. He looks exactly like a Predator. He's all spiky and he turns into this really compact square SUV. And I thought, oh, I don't know, something about that. It's not really doing it for me. But I picked this guy up in Legend scale, basically because he was the only Decepticon worth having there. Torn between top spin, went for him instead. Nice little figure. Pretty normal Legends deal. Arms move at the shoulders, legs move at the hip. Got a little bit of knee sort of there, but because of the way his legs go all sort of chickeny, it's only really there to make him stand up and straight. The face, which again I'll take a picture of to show you. He's got 4 eyes, big teeth, and it look like hair coming down the sides, but actually it sort of makes me think it's a bit like a cat. I don't know. Got some notches and panels on the chest as well. Little pistons on the side of his legs down there. Inside the arms there's quite a few details as well. All sort of spiky and stuff. He's got these big spikes here, which I suppose would be his really big middle fingers that have now been filed down to the deluxe one. Anyway, might as well show you some weapon interaction. Got Sentinel's sword here. I must say, this is pretty difficult. I'm guessing the tolerances of the hands and the bars on some of these figures are going to be a bit mismatched off times. Yeah, he holds it like that, but there's stuff in the way, so you can't, you can't make him hold it right. But yeah, there you go, weapon interaction. Only on one hand though, the other hand just isn't the hand, it's sculpted sort of in there, but that's just a notch. Transformation. Going to put those halves together. Put this sort of I've moved this panel back further so you can see his head better. Put that forward, and then just bring the chest up to maybe put it in line. Take the legs, put them together, and you'll see they sort of condense up. Now what's nice is there's a touch of automorph on this figure, because as you pull the legs out, these pistony panels in here extend at the same time. So put that all up to the top, take his arms and fill in the gaps in the side, and you've got a little Chevy Suburban, I believe is the vehicle mode, entirely black sort of car, which will probably remind you of Trailbreaker, I suppose, seeing as the recent Legends figure for him was vaguely based on it, although it's a hell of a lot fatter, as Trailbreaker is. Look at that, it's wider, it's just as long, but it's so wide. Crankcase is, I don't know, vehicle mode feels a bit insubstantial, quite small. Maybe that's the narrowness, maybe it feels pretty light, but still. Nice little car. There's a little Chevy symbol on the front there somewhere. So, woo, authentic. So, there we go, that's my little Dark of the Moon haul. I suppose the last thing to show you is just the packaging, because of course probably won't have seen a lot of that so far. So here's the box for Sentinel Prime. It's pretty, well, the packaging fuddled me a bit this time because it opens at the side. You take that out, I have to sort of tear it off this bit on the bottom, and then that flaps open. It's all a bit complicated, a bit what it needs to be. It makes the packaging really bulky, and it makes you feel like you're just paying for the size of that. Got a nice picture of the fire truck there, and on the back it says Sentinel Prime's courage and strength make him a legend, or legend, depending on how you read. But yeah, there you go. It says up top here, Commander 1/002. If there was room on this card for more English, that would actually say Series 1, Figure 002. I think Optimus is number 1, but all I know is Crankcase is number 3. So I managed to get 2 that were in consecutive order. Yippee! Back of the new Legion class, not Legends anymore. It's pretty plain, because now the instructions come inside, not on the back of the card. They've gone and taken it up with all that. I just don't like that. I've said it before, I just do not like all this foreign text. And the front's pretty plain, there's no vehicle mode shot, and it opens exactly the same way, all confusingly. But the packaging, I'm undecided. I don't really like it at the moment. I think the 2010 line packaging is better looking. This is just plain black and spacey. Anyway, there you go. That's my quick little snippet of all things shiny and new, and I hope you can go out and find your own sometime soon, because these guys really are worth it, no matter the price you might have to pay.